Thank you, Seth. So we are here to discuss how standardization can facilitate the evolution of wireless technology. And personally, I would like to focus on human devices, smartphones and tablets, and on a new initiative is starting on mobile operating system. Let's take a look of what does it mean to standardize feature of a smartphone. Where does it make sense? We have a completely new set of capabilities on a new generation of chipset on smartphone and tablets. We have new capabilities network side, for example, the ones introduced by LTE or heterogeneous network or smart space in the context of the Internet of Everything. We have some layer 2 or layer 3 capabilities already embedded in commercial devices, but we do need some enabler at operating system level to unleash this potential and to engage final application developers to build a new generation of application. So I would like to draw your attention on this fact. Starting from 5 or 6 years ago, thank you, we saw that wireless devices really drove the evolution of technologies and services. So the introduction of new processing capabilities on devices, new multimedia feature, big screen, performance processor, and so on, drove actually the evolution of the wireless technology. But we are now observing another phenomenon here. So recently, on the contrary, wireless devices are blocking in some way the evolution of evolved wireless networks. Let's look at these two examples. On the left, we have the standard 3GPP architecture for integrating Wi-Fi into a mobile network. We have a very articulated architecture, a lot of reference points. Everything seems feasible network side, but we have a big question mark on top of the user equipment, because the user equipment should be able, for example, to seamlessly authenticate with the same authenticator of mobile network, for example, SIM-based, shall have the capability to seamless handoff between Wi-Fi and mobile network and so on. And these requirements are actually not implemented in commercial devices. So all this complex and fruitful architecture is feasible apart from device side. And again, in another context, we have the ETSI architecture for machine-to-machine, again, is articulated architecture specified in TS 102 and 6090. And we have a network-side platform that we can already implement. Then we have a set of new features as a device-to-device. You can see that D-block on the left, the yellow one, that is supposed to have the ability to dialogue with other devices in a device-to-device fashion, but again, these capabilities we can't find in a current commercial device. So once again, the failure point of the whole end-to-end architecture is the device itself. What we could do, we have to reinvent the wheel. Again, we don't believe so. We have a very valuable set of open source operating system, all Linux-based, very successful with impressive market share. This is the case of Android, emerging ones as Firefox OS, Tizen, and Yola. So we really do not need a completely new operating system for smartphone and tablets, but we have to identify and pursue new direction in the evolution of this operating system. Since they are mostly open source, they need for some, the related project needs for some guidance for really bringing a completely set of new features and enablers on top of the operating system. What an operator can say about the current status of the network? They have dramatically evolved. If we think for LTE networks nowadays and compare them with the wireless network of 5 years ago, they really appear as a Formula One circuits because the performances that we can achieve with this network are disruptive compared with the previous generation. But again, we are not able to enjoy all the features with the current commercial device, as we couldn't enjoy a Formula One circuit with a common car. And we should need a pilot car. This meaning a tool with the top technology on board, at the same time an handcraft product, something that is not completely industrial for massive distribution, but is showing on board the top-level technology that is expected to be found in subsequent commercial products. And it's not only a matter of performances, throughput, latency, and so on. Operators and wireless networks in general are changing also because they are offering complete set of new capabilities. For example, sensing capabilities in the context of machine-to-machine network and the Internet of Everything. And really, they are so rich that are similar in this proposition to a theme park. So you could enjoy a lot of features, a lot of completely new services if your tool, so your way to interact with the new wireless environment is ready to do so, and as onboard enablers that allow developers to build a new set of applications. And about this way forward, I would like now to leave the matter to Telecom Italia partner. This is Mr. Luigi Carabinieri that will showing you what we are doing on this topic. Thank you.
In 2012, the number of shipped smartphones and tablets have overcome the number of PC. This means that end users use applications and services much more in mobility. But now, what is a smartphone today? It is not only the hardware part. The hardware part is maybe 15–20%. The smartphone is the whole of the application. Studying the quality, the perceived quality of the application with Telecom Italia, we find out a totally decoupling in between the application and development world and what is the guidelines that all the standardization program, as long as OEMA does, is not follow. So the problem that we are now trying to address is to make this system much more close together. And what is the best way to address this? It is not to only promote OEMA initiatives or W3C or GSMA, is to provide to developers a common stack, a code pooling where we can put all together all the best initiatives. What is the Android? The Android is not a Cougar drum. It's a totally compatible OS with the official release, and it is fully open source. Each project is chosen and accepted in the branch after testing on real device, on real network, using qualified tools. The trusted source of apps grants the quality. That is one of the main aims that we want to address. And each project is released not only as a monolithic vertical solution, but is open as a vertical, is a cross one, to extend and to find to all the others, third parties, developers, ready. How we want to address the quality? We want to introduce a certificate chain route where each of the implementation is controlled. So we want to let certification level where each development can go to interact also with what is today a closed part of the operating system. Just to give you an idea, since ice cream sandwich in Android, we are not able nor to read nor to write the APN, and this is something that is good for the security, but is not good for telco operators because it stops lots of services. We cannot run it. So the only way to help this addressing is to let each of the developer to be able to interact with all the system. What does it mean SDK extension? Today, if we want to extend one functionality that is not present, we usually work at the libraries level, but we must have sure that the kernel of the system address and provides the needed functionality. But today, the extensions are directly binded with the application framework, and it is, again, a closed one. While in our initiatives, we want that the modules, the extension, are driven up to the application framework, extending the SDK, so that each third party does not have to reinvent a wheel, as long Camillo said. It's something that is ready to use. Let's try to facilitate developers to find all the OMA implementation. So these are the final benefits that we are trying to address. So define a reference point for all implementation and all development. Ensure all new projects has been developed matching all the needed criteria. And especially a better known open source project will provide amazing functionalities. Provide to manufacturer a reference implementation driven by telco real environment, so that we can find ready and provide any size software developers a reference of constraint to be matched with high quality apps. Manufacturers and telcos can so reduce the cost of development and the time of development. So visit theandroid.org and download, use, and contribute. Thank you.